It's 333 BCE. The world is one giant game of risk, and a young Macedonian king named Alexander is on an epic winning streak. He's already gobbled up half of Asia Minor, and now he's got his eye on the grand prize, the massive Persian Empire. Leading Persia is King Darius III. Imagine the richest, most dramatic guy you know. Give him an empire, and you've got Darius. He's got the numbers, a staggering 100,000 soldiers, war chariots bristling with blades, and an ego that makes his kingdom look small. Alexander, he's rolling up with a mere 30,000 men. But what he lacks in numbers, he makes up for in other areas. Perfect hair, a serious god complex, and something far more dangerous than any army: unstoppable momentum. Now, Darius isn't stupid, just overconfident. He knows Alexander is coming, so he picks a nice, wide-open plain to set up his massive army. It's the perfect spot to unleash his overwhelming force and crush the Macedonians. He waits, and Alexander is a no-show. Where could he be? Darius starts getting impatient, thinking, did this kid get lost? Did he chicken out? So he makes a fateful decision. He packs up his entire army and marches north to find Alexander himself. Meanwhile, Alexander isn't lost at all. He's taking the scenic route through treacherous mountain passes. Why take the easy road when you can make a grand, dramatic entrance, right? His scouts are reporting Darius's movements, and Alexander just smirks. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's leading Darius into a trap. The two armies finally catch sight of each other near a small town called Issus, and the location is everything. They're in a narrow, cramped coastal plain, sandwiched between mountains on one side and the sea on the other. For Alexander's smaller, more flexible army, this is perfect. For Darius's colossal force, it's a disaster. It's like trying to navigate a traffic jam in a fleet of battle tanks. His massive numbers are now his biggest weakness. He can't spread out, he can't flank, he can't do anything he'd planned. Most of his army is just stuck in the back, uselessly waiting for the guys in front to move. Darius, perched high on his magnificent golden war chariot, looks out over the battlefield. He's probably still feeling pretty good. He sees Alexander's small force arrayed against him and likely thinks, even in this tight spot, I've got this. He places himself right in the center of his line, surrounded by his best troops, the Immortals, ready for a glorious, heroic victory. On the other side, Alexander is a blur of motion. He's riding his famous horse, Bucephalus, up and down the lines, a charismatic whirlwind of energy. He is giving a pre-battle speech that is less of a military briefing and more like a Hollywood movie trailer. "Men," he yells, his voice ringing with confidence, "look across that field. See the gold, the purple, the riches of Persia. It's all yours for the taking. We fight today not just for Greece, but for glory. And also because Darius may have made a crack about my height in a letter." His soldiers, the battle-hardened Macedonian veterans, roar in approval. They've followed this man through hell and back, and they believe in him completely. His general Ptolemy, who would later write all this down, probably just rolls his eyes and thinks, here he goes again with the dramatics. But it works. The morale of the Macedonian army is sky high. They're not just soldiers, they're fans, and their star player is about to take the field. And so, with the stage perfectly set, one of the most lopsided and pivotal battles in ancient history is about to begin. The battle kicks off not with a gentle start, but with an explosion of action. Alexander, true to his audacious style, doesn't wait. He leads the charge himself at the head of his elite companion cavalry on the right flank. This wasn't just a ceremonial position, he was literally the first man into the fray. They thunder forward, a wedge of steel and courage aimed directly at the Persian left wing. The Persians on that side, seeing a king personally leading a cavalry charge straight at them, do what most sensible people would do. They panic, they break, they run. It's a textbook cavalry maneuver executed with terrifying speed and precision. Alexander has shattered one side of the Persian line in the opening minutes of the battle, but he doesn't just chase them down. That would be too simple. He has a much bigger target in mind. He wheels his cavalry around in a sharp, disciplined turn. Instead of pursuing the fleeing soldiers, he directs his charge straight towards the center of the Persian army. And who's in the center? King Darius III, sitting in his shiny golden chariot, watching in horror as his left flank evaporates and a tornado of angry Macedonians comes bearing down directly on him. Meanwhile, in the center of the battlefield, it's a completely different story. Alexander's Macedonian phalanx, the heart of his army, is locked in a brutal, grinding struggle with Darius's toughest troops, the Greek mercenaries. These aren't conscripts, they're professional soldiers fighting for Persian gold. They are tough, disciplined, and giving the Macedonians the fight of their lives. It's a chaotic, bloody stalemate. Spears snap, shields splinter, and the narrow plain becomes a meat grinder. For a moment, it looks like the Macedonian center might actually break. But Alexander's timing is impeccable. Just as his phalanx is under the most intense pressure, his cavalry slams into the flank of the Persian center. Imagine you're in a head-on collision, and then suddenly you get T-boned from the side. That's what happened to Darius's royal guard. They are now being attacked from the front by the phalanx and from the side by Alexander's cavalry. Chaos erupts. The elite Persian soldiers who had been holding their own are thrown into complete disarray. And through it all, Alexander is cutting his way closer and closer to Darius. The two kings lock eyes across the battlefield. Darius sees not just an enemy king, but a force of nature, a whirlwind of destruction aimed directly at him. His personal guards are falling around him. The battle is collapsing. His nerve breaks. In that moment, Darius makes a choice that will seal his fate and the fate of his empire. He turns his golden chariot around and flees. He just leaves. The King of Kings, the ruler of the known world, bolts from the battlefield to save his own skin. The effect is instantaneous and catastrophic. When an army sees its king running away, morale doesn't just drop, it vanishes. A wave of panic ripples through the entire Persian force. If the king is running, what hope do they have? The command structure disintegrates. The stalemate in the center breaks as the mercenaries realize they've been abandoned. The entire Persian army, this massive 100,000-man force, dissolves into a terrified mob, all trying to escape the narrow valley of death at the same time. It becomes a complete rout. The Macedonians, sensing total victory, press their advantage relentlessly. The pursuit is brutal. The narrow exits from the plain become bottlenecks of death as panicked soldiers trample each other to get away. Alexander and his men chase them for miles, ensuring the Persian army isn't just defeated, but utterly annihilated. In the aftermath, the scene is surreal. The battlefield is littered with the fallen, but also with incredible riches. The Macedonians capture the entire Persian baggage train, which includes Darius's personal tent. When Alexander walks into it, he's stunned. It's a portable palace filled with gold, luxurious furniture, and even Darius's personal bathtub, still filled with warm water for his post-victory bath. Alexander reportedly looks around and quips, "So, this is what it means to be a king." But more importantly, they capture Darius's family, his mother, his wife, and his children. They were left behind in the king's haste to escape. Alexander, in a move that would become legendary for its magnanimity, treats them with the utmost respect, not as captives, but as royalty. This act of chivalry did more for his reputation than any battle could have. The Battle of Issus was more than just a military victory. It was a psychological earthquake. Alexander, with his small, audacious army, had not only defeated a force 3 times his size, but he had also made the great King Darius run for his life. He had captured the king's family and his treasury. The aura of Persian invincibility was shattered forever. From this point on, the path was open. Alexander would march down the coast, conquering cities like Tyre and Gaza before moving on to Egypt, where he would be welcomed as a liberator and declared a pharaoh. Darius would try to regroup and face Alexander one more time, but the damage was done. The momentum was entirely with Alexander. The victory at Issus proved that it wasn't the size of the army that mattered, but the genius, audacity, and sheer force of will of its commander. Alexander the Great wasn't just playing the game anymore, he was changing the rules. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into ancient history, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more stories of epic battles and legendary figures. Let us know in the comments which historical event you'd like to see us cover next. See you in the next one.